But let me welcome on board Atul Kumar Goel, the MD and CEO at PNB, and find out how their quarterly performance was. Atul, you've guided for a 12 to 13% growth. You grew well in agri as well as MSME. Where will growth come for you? And tell us about what traction you're seeing in corporate growth.
This 12 to 13% growth will come from the RAM sector, because RAM means retail, agriculture, MSME, which is our focus area. In addition to that, the corporate, there is also demand from the corporate side. Some of the corporates who are sanctioned the working capital limit, earlier they were not availing, last year also and the current year also, they have started utilization also. And in the some of the corporate, they have also made a request for the capex. I mean, for the enhancement their existing capacity. Some of the steel companies, some of the cement company, they are approaching us, and there is a very good demand from the NBFC sector also. But retail will be our main focus area. Retail may be particularly, we will give the focus on the housing loan as well as the gold loan.
Planning or preparing to implement the ECL-based provisioning. Talk to us about your preparedness and for PNB in terms of numbers.
As far as PNB concerned, first you see our provision coverage ratio, which was around 81% in the last year, March 22, which has improved to 86.90%. This is giving the comfort to us. The another thing, this is the draft guidelines. Final guidelines is about to come. We should wait for the final guidelines. And moreover, in the draft guidelines, RBI has permitted whatever will be the requirement of the provision, they will give the 5 years. The one more important thing, because as on date, it is on the base of the incurred credit loss. Means if account has become NPA, then you have to make the provision. And in the ECL framework, it will be based on the expected credit loss, which will be based on the PD, which will be based on the LGD. And one more thing I will give the comfort to all. We are every month watching the few new underwriting, because we have taken a lot of steps to improvement in the underwriting as well as the collection efficiency. In the last, from the 1st of the July 2020 to 31st March 2023, around 5.72 lakh crore we have sanctioned, out of which 5.18 lakhs crore has been disbursement, and outstanding is around 4.16 lakh crore, where the NPA amount is only 1,178 crore rupees, which is coming only 0.23% of our new underwriting books. So this is giving the comfort. As far as your question is concerned, when the guidelines will come from the RBI, we are fully prepared to implement it.
So would you think it would be fair to say that there will be no impact or no major dent on profitability and ROAs then?
I think there will not be any meaningful dent, but what I told you, we should wait for the final guidelines to come from the RBI, because then there will be a clarity also, because as on date, the method of the computation of the PD and LGD may be the different in the different bank. When the guidelines will come, that will be very appropriate for all the bank, how to calculate this provision for the ECL.
Right. You've also guided for a credit cost of 1.5 to 1.75%. What gives you the confidence of being able to manage credit costs at this range?
There is 2-3 factors for this. Point number one, the recovery in the last year was very robust. 29,000 crore recovery we have made against the target of the 32,000 crore. And the every quarter from the June 2020 to the last March 2023, every quarter recovery was more than the addition. And our PCR has increased from the 81 to 86.90%. So our aging provision requirement has reduced. And since the recovery is much more than the addition, for the current financial year, we have set a target. Our recovery should be the double from the addition. So this is the reason we have given the guidance as against the 2.03% the last year. It should be range between 1.5 to 1.75, and we are confident to maintain this.
All right, appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining in, Mr. Goel, and sharing with us the outlook on your financials as well as for the bank. Let's